Hey everyone, this is a manly badass hero, and welcome to Redacted Life. Redacted Life is a visual novel where our main character realizes he's stuck in a horror game. A poorly written one. This visual novel does start pretty normal at first, but after a certain point it's gonna get pretty crazy. You'll see what I mean. I first realized that I was a character in a video game about 3 weeks ago. At first I noticed little things, glitches, things blinking in and out of existence. Then I tried to remember things like how I met my girlfriend, Rebecca, where I was born, or either of my parents' names. I couldn't remember. I could only remember as far back as a month ago. It was a hard 3 weeks. The worst part was that when I tried to explain this all to Rebecca, it was like she wouldn't listen to me. Like she couldn't hear me. I guess the game's programming can only stretch so far. My girlfriend isn't real. Eventually I decided to just let things happen and see how things would unfold. I mean, after all, despite how existential crisis-inducing finding out your life's a game was, my life was a pretty good life. Might as well enjoy it, right? Then, well, Rebecca decided we should move out. Finding a affordable home to rent, it was too large a place to own all by ourselves. We packed our things from our city apartment and drove to the countryside. We're here. We stepped out of a car. There it is, Adrian. The house is over there, at the end of the road. I looked at the mansion in the distance. I have a cool I think it's like a scarf, cat, bear thing, whatever. It's kind of interesting. Come on, Sheska. I opened the back door of the car, let Sheska out. Sheska was our dog, by the way. It's a Nikita, because it's more anime that way. However, as soon as she got out of the car, Sheska started growling. Well, that's a bad sign. Rebecca turned to Sheska. Oh, what's the matter, girl? I better save just in case there's... You only get one, that's bad. She's scared of the house. I think she's scared of the house. Why? I don't know. Because it looks like the mansion's architect was a fan of Edward Gorey? I guess something upset her. Animals can sense things, you know. Maybe it was a squirrel or something. Listen, my dog is smarter than that. Never mind, let's go inside. Compared to your glass-eye self. I looked around. I could see from here that there was a study room that led to a massive grand ballroom. It was the kind of grand ballroom I could imagine also doubling as a final boss arena. What do you think, Scoobs? Scoobs, what's wrong with you? Very unusual furniture. I started a weird painting of what I interpreted as 2 horses. The frame it was in looked like it had the 4 sets of claws to rip the artwork open. It also can be interpreted as a woman sitting down. Very unusual. I prefer to call it rustic charm. I love how old-timey this place looks. Did we actually ever call a contractor to check this place out? What, scared? No. Well, I don't think somebody's gonna jump out and shout. A booga-wooga-wooga, but I still feel a huge amount of unease. Don't worry, I'll protect you from anything in this household, my girlfriend said as she began to blink out of existence. My man! Rebecca started glitching out again. It happened from time to time. It was the first thing that made me realize I was in a game. It used to freak me out, but now the novelty's worn off. Or the shock's worn off. Whatever you want to call it. It seemed like me acting out of character causes this. It's like Rebecca can't figure out how to react to me. Adrian? Or after Adrian? I wonder if I can break this game. I snapped out of it. Oh yeah, Rebecca. I said I'll protect you. Sure. Now I know what you may be thinking. If we were moving into this house, why were we acting like we never set foot in this house before? Apparently this is the world where you pay an estate agent a lot of money and just hope for the best. You just cross your fingers and wish really hard. And they magically find a beautiful house you can afford to lodge in. We're leaving this crazy house! A young couple came lumbering down the stairs. They were each carrying a suitcase. "I've had it. I can stand up for a lot of things, but not this." And with that, the couple left. My. A person whose gender was unclear to me approached us. They were wrapped up in several layers of winter clothing. They're kind of a cold person, if you know what I mean. Despite the fact that it wasn't winter, it seems another family has left us, with another to replace them. It's like a revolving door around here. "Hello, my name's Tirley. How are you?" Tirley? Their voice was also ambiguous, and not just in terms of gender. The voice sounded young and ancient, childish yet wise, all at the same time. "I'm Rebecca, I'm a machine, and this is Adrian." Why were those people leaving? They're scared of the spirit who dwells in this household. It's a terrible story, one fraught with tragedy. Would you like to hear it? I told them that no, we wouldn't, and Tirley began. Tyrrell. The sweat-layered character told Rebecca and me pretty full and complete information about the mansion, for, establishment. They told us about how the structure was originally commissioned in the 1800s, and about the original owners of the mansion. Miro and Clara were a couple who recently married before moving to their new home. Miro first met Clara when she became his assistant for his magic act. This eventually led to them falling in love with each other. Miro the Magician, as he was called, was an illusionist. He was also rumored to have dabbled in two dubious things, adultery and the dark arts. Both at the same time. Though neither was ever proven publicly. He was apparently successful enough as a magician to afford the mansion, and continued performing with Clara for many years until... Because there's always an until with these stories. Until... For some reason my mind kept wandering. But they might best stay focused to Tyrrell's cliched story. That really was an awful picture for him. So what happened to the magician and his wife? They disappeared. I sighed. No one seemed to notice. Really, the magician disappeared. How ironic. Very cute. They completely vanished. You only get one. Just like Spider-Man. Were they ever found? Vanish. That sounds like a great magic act. That must have gone down well with the audience. It wasn't a magic trick. They had vanished from their household without taking anything with them. She took me seriously. I could see that my sarcasm was once again wasted in this world. No, they became missing for several days. Eventually, Miro was found dead in the basement of this very mansion. His body was covered with long, deep slash marks, like he'd been scratched to pieces by some sort of long-fingered animal. But his wife was never found. I think Clara knew that her husband had been cheating on her. Maybe when she found out, she had confronted him with it. Maybe Miro kept a book filled with black magic that had something to do with it. But I think something very dark happened on that night. They disappeared. And I believe that Clara's ghost still haunts the place to this day. It would explain all the strange things in this place. Eerie noises, furniture rearranging itself after you leave the room, bad wallpaper, random cobwebs that I never cleaned despite them being right there in front of us. A simple dust rag would handle it. But no, they remain. And Shirley suddenly stopped her history lecture. Do you believe in ghosts? I believe in Casper. I'd never really thought of it seriously before. But no, I didn't believe in ghosts, sorry. It's fine. No need to apologize to me. And what about Yerbier? What does he think? I don't know. How do you know all this? What are you telling us this? Well, both of these answers are cliche. How do you know all this? I researched this mansion's history laboriously. I think it's important to know the history of a home that's managed to stick around for over 100 years. But why are you still staying here if you believe there's a ghost? I've made this an occupation of mine. In the past, I've proven to have a knack for solving ghosts' problems and helping them find peace. You're a ghost hunter? Not a hunter, my dear. I prefer to think of myself as a ghost whisperer. Oh, great. Are there really enough ghosts in the world for you to do that? I'm starving. Well, you'd be surprised. But I also provide other services to the people. Living people, like Wiccan charms and divinations. Low cost of $59.99. I'll give your girlfriend a tarot reading if you like. Free of charge. Oh, that sounds interesting. I never had a tarot card reading before. Oh boy. Declaring a space on one of the tables, Tyrrell got Rebecca to shuffle a tarot deck. I looked at a bouquet of freshly cut flowers nearby. They were white lilies. Because of course they would have been white lilies. The funeral flower, a symbol for death. Of course the game designer couldn't resist that. Taking cards from her, Tyrrell took the top 5 cards off the deck, placing them face down in a formation on the table. This tarot card reading will be an interpretation of your future. They, meaning Turley. Not Rebecca and Tyrrell, slowly flipped over each card, revealing their illustrations. Oh. They're not going to say they sense danger or anything cliché like that, are they? What's wrong, Tyrrell? This looks bad. Tell me, I want to know. Well, it's all an interpretation, but... The Fool. This card represents the Fool. That's you. I mean, yeah, kinda, that's true. I tried not to smirk at the bad phrasing. Nope, absolutely no room for interpretation there. Luckily, Rekabudok didn't seem to notice, because she had no soul. The card in the center represents this person this is going to happen to. And the Fool is usually a person who is both curious and lucky. Rebecca put her arm around mine and squeezed it. Well, I'm certainly lucky to have Adrian. Yeah, and I you machine. Then what I might say Rebecca, I really do care about her. But what makes this feeling in the back of my mind worse? This card below represents a person who will be involved. This represents determination and endurance. So a determined person? Determination. Exactly. Someone who will keep going, even in the face of adversity. This is such a beautiful card. Gow. Thank you. This is a custom tarot deck I made especially for me. In my opinion, any tarot dealer worth their worth weight in salt should get a custom tarot deck. Now let's see. The card at the top represents another person involved. Specifically a woman, since this is the Empress card. Would that be me? Am I the woman? Since this is a tarot reading of you, I'd actually interpret that woman as Clara. The magician's wife? I'm sure her ghost is here, and as long as you're in this house, you and her will be connected. Are you just going to go for all the cards, man? The leftmost card represents a past event. The tower is associated with sudden disruptive and potentially destructive change. It can also mean liberation and the gaining of freedom. But in terms of destructive change happening in the past, I define it as Clara's past. Well, that can't be good. Oh, death is often a misunderstood symbol. It doesn't necessarily represent a literal death. It can mean the death of an old way of life and the beginning of a new one. In other words, it can be a change as simple as adopting a dog. Technically, yes. Or moving to a spooky mansion. Right. So, to sum it all up, I believe there's going to be strange changes coming soon in your life. Something to do with the mansion's dark past. You'd best be careful. I mean, I know you've said that you don't believe in ghosts. You may think that this is a load of hogwash. No. This was really interesting. Thank you. You're welcome. Interesting. Well, I better get going. That's all I have left to say. I'll see you later. I thought we bought this house. Why were you, like, waiting here? Are you one of those people, like, sits in a home? Camps it out? You weird. With that, Tyrrell left. Rebecca turned to me. So, what now? Well, we still have a lot of unpacking to do, but I kind of want to do a bit of exploring first. Why don't we leave the rest of the luggage till later? It's only 2 suitcases. Look, I can do it myself. You can explore that house, and I'll catch up with you later. Okay. Well, it's official. I'm trapped in a horror game. A badly written horror game. Never mind, I'll just go and get the luggage, shall I? Is this an adventure game? Because that sounds like a lousy first quest. I pull out the 2 improperly sized suitcases. I call them that because this is all we repacked. There was no moving van. There's traveling light, and then there's this. Our whole previous life was the contents of these 2 suitcases. With a heave, I lifted them up to carry them back to the mansion. Don't notice the crazy shadow thing. After about 5 years or so, I eventually finished my trek up the front path and made it back to the house. I'll go put the luggage upstairs. No. Right in front of me was a ghost that looked like a woman of a Mirror's Magic Act poster. Clara. And she has no eyes. Well, I better save. Rebecca! Rebecca! That came on louder than I expected. Help! Adrian? Ah. What's wrong, Adrian? After I finished restarting my heart, I answered her. I saw a ghost! It was a ghost of a woman. I think she was a magician's wife. She relaxed and gave me a pitying look. Didn't you see it? Didn't you see it? Oh, Adrian. You probably just thought you saw something. This drafty house. Yeah, drafty, sure. Oh, you're right, Rebecca. Raps do get my imagination aflutter. Now that's everything. I'm gonna go back to exploring the ground floor, okay? Yeah, just be careful, alright? I will. Just my luck. Just as Rebecca comes, the ghost vanishes. Before, I wondered if the ghost was gonna be real or someone in the mask. Either way, it would have been dangerous, but after that adventure, I knew that the ghost was real. I had a feeling that Rebecca was safe from the ghost. Well, as safe as she could be. What I mean is, I was trying to imagine this as a game written by someone else. I thought back to horror films, and generally speaking, the young woman who had a boyfriend was usually safe. Damn, I'm screwed. The boyfriend, on the other hand... I continued upstairs. Well, this wasn't our bedroom. I accidentally slipped into the attic. Dust-covered toys filled the room. Toys? Did Clara and Miro have children? Cheryl didn't mention that. But they planned on having children, perhaps. Did something happen? Ah! Rebecca! Damn pony ghosts. I found Rebecca on the ground. I rushed to her aid and helped her up. What happened? The there! She pointed on the wall. The letters were on all caps, and it appeared that the author tried their best to try and transcribe their own screaming. It was written in blood and looked like it was going to be hell to scrub out. Bastard ghosts. You have to get this all wallpapered now. I said, get out. But right now, I should have really said, get out, you idiot. Did you see it run past you? Did you see what happened? I heard you scream and I watched over. No one passed me. How could you miss it? I saw it. I saw the ghost. I should just be quiet, see what happens. Maybe it was a draft. Maybe it was a draft. This is no time for jokes. Alright, I admit it, I was wrong. There was a ghost, like you said. You don't have to be a jerk about it. Sorry. You're right, Adrian. I'd prefer if I wasn't. You know, the thing in the movies where a group of people gather around and try and contact ghosts. I know what a seance is. What? We're just gonna forget about the malevolent ghost in the mansion? Cheryl says it'll be fun. Yep, I guess we were. Rebecca, don't you think we should leave? It's not safe here. What? But this is our home now. Oh, there she goes again. My man! Fine, I'll see you later. Trying to convince her to go wasn't gonna work. I realized that. This was all just a game after all. Not even one of the good ones. Wait a minute. What's this? Behind a section of ripped wallpaper and one wooden wall paneling, there was a marble tile. and it clearly didn't belong there. I pressed down on the tile and a nearby wall opened up, revealing a pitch-black corridor. My goodness, you found a secret passageway. Where'd you come from? Really? You're surprised? In this house? Rebecca and I are going to perform a seance in the vestibule. Would you care to join us? Yeah, Rebecca told me already. And I'll pass. Also, are you sure it's wise to do a seance? Seance? When there's a ghost that wants everyone to leave? There won't be any way to give the ghost true peace unless we can find a way of communicating with her. I hope you change your mind, though. The more people, the more power. I'll be in the vestibule if you want to join in. Enough was enough. No more letting things unfold. If I was in a horror game, as I could choose how the story ends. I had two choices. Win a game, or find a way out of the game. Problem was, I had no idea what I go about doing either. Where should I start? Alright, this is pretty big. This sounds like the general route. Back to the attic. Let's explore the secret passageway first. I was feeling in a cautious mood, so I of course decided to explore the damn digging tunnel. I walked down the dark, creeping stairs. I reached the basement, which turned out to be a cellar. Barrels filled with wine lined all over the room. At least I think it was wine. With how the rest of this mansion was designed, there was probably 7 or 8 barrels that would probably open up to a secret passage. I took another look around and noticed something else. There was an old suit of armor on the wooden stand. Zoinks! It's the Black Knight! How did I miss it? Was it there before? Where did that voice come from? Hi, I'm a commentator. Oh, hi. Anyone in there? Thank God. It started to glitch. I was strangely drawn to it. Like a moth to a flame. I mean, it wasn't just an attraction to it. I mean, I love medieval things, but this feeling was more like the suit of armor was different from everything else in this world. Like it didn't belong here. Like me. I touched it and... What's going on? We've broken the game. Lost connection to host Adrian. Searching for new host. Host Hannah found. Reconnecting a new host. Please wait. Game crashed. I'm not even joking. Oh boy, school life romance. The hit new game. Let's play. I guess you want me to say something about inspiration about the cherry blossoms and how they're a metaphor for my life turning around and all that other high school romance stuff. But that's not me. Instead, I'll take a moment to set things straight before someone goes or starts accusing me of things. Firstly, no, I didn't run to school late with a piece of toast in my mouth. I got up in time. Well, that sucks. I ate. I got to school early. How do you think I got time to do this narration in my head? And no, I didn't crash into a coupon on my way here. I'm not a total klutz. I don't even get why I constantly do this. Monologuing to myself. Dad's told me to stop with his narrating stuff. Would I even be talking to? Someone telepathic? You'd be talking to me. Manly. I watch your every movement. You can think of me kind of like a stalker, but more powerful. Our dynamic is very weird. Well, it's fun. I can't help it. And I'm pretty sure other people have done it too. That's what I tell myself anyway. Actually, I do that in my life. But I'm getting ahead of myself. You're probably asking for footnotes by now, aren't you? I'm Hana. The biggest problem I have is that I was born with pink hair. Wow, you were born an anime character. Well, sort of. Let me explain. Pink hair isn't exactly normal here, no matter what anime tells you. When I was born, my parents saw my hair and simultaneously had the same thought. Oh no! Our daughter is an anime protagonist! And from that moment on, weird and unexplainable things tried to creep into my life. My parents did their best to protect me from it all. Luluko? When I was 2 years old, an emperor demon of sort was found creeping by my crib. My mom hit it with a rolling pin and called animal control. When I was 6, a man in a dark cloak knocked on our front door. I didn't tell my mom and dad that I was the chosen one, from prophecy written long ago on old stone somethings. Dad closed the door on him. It all ended up being too much for my mom. She ended up packing a suitcase and left me and Dad when I was 8. She didn't realize this only created a tragic backstory for me. Dang it, Mom. I can make jokes like that because I don't remember her too well, to be honest. It fits into the tragic backstory thing. And now it seems like fate is trying to rope me into a romantic... Hey! This was Kaimon. If you're as bad with names as I am, just think of this. Kaimon sounds like demon, which is ironic seeing as Kaimon has the same temperament as one. Kaimon's hair was bleached and dyed, which was against school rules. If it wasn't, I would have dyed my hair something normal. Hey, aren't you gonna ask me? That thing we leaned against the row of lockers, trying to look cool and casual. I was leaning at an awkward angle, so I ended up not looking cool or casual. Ask you about what? Oh, I figured that you wouldn't know what was happening tonight. It's been on the posters around the school, idiot. I then realized what he was referring to, but I decided to play dumb, because I didn't want to ask him as he put it. Look, if you really must know, I suppose I'll tell you. Just consider yourself lucky that I just happen to have a flyer handy, okay? His voice is evolving. He blushed as he handed me a poster with the edges of it. It had been stapled somewhere, and been torn off. Do I even need to say he's had a crush on me since the beginning of the school year? No. We're good? Everybody on the same page now? You idiot! He seemed to think that constantly calling the object of his affection an idiot would be seen as endearing or quirky, or attempt to hide his true feelings. And not, as it was in reality, that was really off-putting and annoying thing that was really getting me cheesed off. Cheese. Kaimon is what you call a bad boy. If I said bad boy, didn't really commit to the whole thing. What I mean is... Oh hell, there's any explanation. You can just see for yourself. I looked at the flyer. It was for the upcoming school festival. There's a festival happening tonight, so assumingly, I guess you want me to ask to come with you there once you find out about it. Not that I want to go to you badly or anything, but I probably won't say no to you if you asked. Stop looking at me like that. I'm not looking at you like anything. No, sorry, but I'll probably be staying home tonight, you loser. I'm really busy with schoolwork. Well then, it's fine. It's not like I care. I've got to be somewhere. Smell you later. And with that, he walked off. Hana! Oh no. Oh god, they'll only come out of the woodwork like cockroaches. Hana, can I talk to you for a second? That's Zen. To remember his name, just think of Zen. You know, because he's so calm. His machine gun stuttering and constant twitchiness is the absolute picture of Zen, right? His name also starts with the same letter as Shy, so he's also got that going for him. Go ahead, I won't stop you. I see you have Zen and I knew each other since childhood. I first met him at a party just before we started going to school. I've never left a party quicker. He didn't start in the same way as a stutter stuttered. If that makes any sense. He started almost every word, not just words beginning with a B or words beginning with a sentence. And entirely stemmed from his shyness, or maybe we didn't. I guess Zen was sort of an anomaly. I see you have one of the flyers for the festival tonight. I wanted to ask you if you want to go out with me. I'm sorry, but I actually plan on staying home tonight, loser. Oh. Hey. This guy bothering you? Oh my god. I think I'll go with the 4th yes, because 4 is an evil number. No! Kaimon, this is Sen. We were kids together. Yeah, well, let me be, but he just seemed to be trying to go above his league. Huh? Oh, brother. No, he's not. Calm down. Also, didn't you just say you had to be somewhere? You loser. Fine, whatever. I'm gonna watch Boku no Pico. He stalked off. Thanks, Hana. Don't mention that. Great. Ooh-wee! Oh, hi. New guy. Excuse me, but where am I? It was an odd question, but I indulged him. You're on the 3rd floor of the South Wing. He gave me a look like he wanted more info than that. You're in Mikasuka High School. He looked at me, but he didn't believe me. Yeah, we're crossing the streams here. I'd never seen this guy before. So first the bad boy, then the challenging friend. And now this guy. Was this a mysterious exchange student who would complete the trifecta of high school cliches? Are you looking for a classroom? No, He gave me a look like he was sizing me up. Like he was judging whether or not he should let me in on a vital secret. Maybe he was a time traveler. In which case, I should probably go before he tries to rope me in some kind of... Are you one of them? I am. It was like he was trying to ad-lib a test for me to prove something. He was having trouble, so I thought. What if? What if we have the same question? So I decided to give him a test instead of the other way around. If you mean I realize I'm supposed to be the protagonist, then yes, I do. Not to boast, in fact, I don't want any of it. I've been trying to ignore it my whole life. How crazy there was, I'd say this to people before. When I was younger, and they'd always laugh it off. But this guy... Wait, you're the protagonist in this game? This game. It was weird, but I suddenly felt a connection to this guy. I ship Hannah and Adrian now. I felt like I knew him better than Sen or anyone else I'd known for years. You and me, we gotta escape. Break out all this room of cliches. This guy I only met for 5 minutes. Who was he? I'm Hannah. I know. I can read your name above the dialogue box. And before you ask, no, I can't read your inner thoughts. Just like you probably can't read mine. I couldn't tell what he was talking about. He could tell, and he unintentionally gave me a disappointed look, like I'd failed one of his tests. Nevertheless, he introduced himself. I'm Adrian. Hannah. Oh god, just kick him out the window. He's a video game anyway, and they have no souls. I was wondering if it was to say I was wondering if you were the guy is here for the years, if he bothering you. Then it clearly stunned Adrian. You almost broke the text box with that last one. Huh? Oh no, he's not bothering me, Sen. We were just talking. Oh. Well then I'll leave you both alone then. Bye. It looked like I just kicked a puppy or something. There seemed to be how Kaemon and Sen operated. Every time they saw me talk to another guy around the same age as us, Sen would act almost heartbroken, and Kaemon would respond with annoyed jealousy. It was creepy. Adrian still hadn't stepped out from his awe, witnessing Sen break the world record for the most amount of starters per second. Adrian? Hello? I waved the flower I still had with me in front of his face. He blinked at it and suddenly came to life. Oh my god. What? That's it! That's what I'm looking for. I glanced at the flyer. There was a photo for a suit of armor that would be done display during the festival. That's the exact same suit of armor that brought me here. Look, I know this sounds crazy, but I'm pretty sure that armor can get us out of here. How many worlds are we gonna jump into at this rate? You sound like a crazy person. You sound like a crazy person. He sounds like a crazy person, said Hannah. I know. But please, help me. I can show you the display at the festival. I looked again at the post in my hand. Oh. I just remembered. The festival's tonight. Tonight. That's great. Yeah, all we have to do now is wait and go to there. So that's a lucky coincidence. I felt suspicious. Why should I go with you? Huh? But you want to get out of this place? Yeah, but how do you know I'm just trapped to be an anime protagonist? That's true. I could be anime without realizing it, but my art is Western. What the heck are you talking about? Look, you don't have to leave with me. At least show me this armor display, please? I really don't know my way around here. He seemed too good to be true. I mean, a guy who just shows up offering to take me somewhere I belong. That smacked of being a trap. And yet... Can you wait here until my class is finished? Finally, it was nightfall. Adrian and I walked past all the crowds and festival stands full of sparklers, food, and drinks. At the edge of the festival, we found the steps leading up to the shrine. Well, we're here. The shrine's at the top of that hill. All the way up there? Great. Do you know where the suit of armor is? Not exactly. But I mean, it must be around here somewhere. We looked around. You only took my whole story rather well. It wasn't technically a question, but I knew it was. I guess already, well, not exactly knew, but I had a feeling that everything was off kilter, you know? I felt like the whole world was focused on me. Like the world was waiting for me to turn into the main character in an anime or something. Anime! Are you sure we're not fictional? Yes, of course we're real. I feel real. Don't you? Well, yeah, but I bet everyone else here feels real. So, how do you know? Because the alternative doesn't bear thinking about. He didn't say it depressingly, just matter-of-factly. Once you find what you're looking for, you think we'll end up somewhere we belong? Or will we just end up in another game? And then another? Well, we've got to try. It's not the most hopeful plan, I know. But it's all I got. I nod slowly. I decided to turn the conversation over to something else. What are you wearing? Huh? I told you someone else noticed it. That white bear thing around your neck. Oh, this thing. Yeah, it wasn't my idea. Rebecca gave it to me. I gave her one of my Letterman jackets, and she gave me one of her scarves in return. She was still wearing the same red and white jacket when I left. And then a thought occurred to me. Was Rebecca a real person? I don't know. No, she wasn't. She had no soul. Do you love her? Yes. Yes, I loved her. Why do you ask? It's just... You referred to her in the past tense. Like she was dead, or you left her or something. Technically I did. I loved her. But now... I don't know if she ever even existed. Can you love someone if they never existed? Plenty of people love waifus and anime girls, I imagine. They're real. Let's stop talking about Rebecca. Yeah, okay. I began thinking about my dad. Did this mean that he wasn't real? But how could that be? How was I born if he wasn't real? I felt like crying. This is too weird. I couldn't stay that thought for long, because we were interrupted. Hey! Kaemon. Kaemon had somehow managed to spot us and was staring daggers into Adrian. Don't tell me you're trying to steal her affections. Huh? No! There Kaemon went, jumping the gun again. No! Are you kidding me? He thinks Adrian's a romantic rival just because I talked to him for 5 minutes? Oh god. Suddenly pull out a switchblade knife. Just who are you? You breaking my game? We have ways of dealing with people like you. This could be a normal anime. You hear me? It's gonna be fireworks, and it's gonna be dates, and bento. And you gotta stop that. Come on, are you crazy? Don't be stupid. Put the knife down. I suddenly remember the saying. Don't be stupid was usually followed by someone doing something stupid. I... Ghost! I can't... I won't give up. What was that? What was that behind him? Nobody's gonna take you away from me. I'll kill him before that ever happens. You're out of your mind. I looked around. Where was everybody? Then I saw it. Right atop the stairs inside the shrine, I saw a suit of armor. I darted up the stairs. Adrian quickly followed. Hey! We were halfway up the stairs. Kaemon was close behind. Hana! Hana, wait! Please! I love you! I know, Hana, you're shocked because I've been keeping my true feelings so well hidden, and I'm holding a knife, and I look kinda crazy right now, but still. Leave us alone! No one loves you like I do. No kidding. 3 quarters up the stairs. I was ahead of Adrian. Come on, Adrian, we're almost there. Hana! We reached the top. We just had to make it to the shrine. There! We made it in just the nick of time. We touched the suit of armor and... Antique Paladin is joining your party. Huh? Oh god. Where are we? An RPG. Random encounter. A ghost attacks. It's Clara. What? Battle will start. It's Antique Paladin's turn. Use magic, Paladin. Damn it, Paladin. Attack! Anti-paladin attacks. Damn it, paladin. Ghost attacks. Damn it, paladin. Anti-paladin loses 9 Oh crap. How can Clara be here? I don't know. It's Adrian's turn. Special attack. Defend. Ghost attacks. Ah! Adrian's been defeated. Adrian! It's Hannah's turn. Special attack. Attack! Oh god. Wait! No! Ghost attacks. Ah! Hannah's been defeated. All party members are dead. Game over. Or is it? No, it's really game over. What? Oh god. Clara! Clara, no! There's no slaves! I'm back here again. This tarot card reading will be the interpretation of your future. Wait a minute, what happened? Oh god, I got chills. I was in every game a second before, but now I'm back here. Where's Hannah? Huh? Hannah? Where are your guys' sprite? Oh god, you have no eyes. Have you been seeing other women? Rebecca! What's wrong, Adrian? What's... Please, say something. Oh dear. I guess someone forgot to clean their face assets with the rest of her. Hello, Adrian. I'm so glad you're back. Why not sit down? Relax. Stay. I've been so lonely since my husband died. Help! Help! Someone, anyone, help! Who do you expect to hear you, Adrian? Me! Even if someone can hear you. Do you really think they can do anything to help? Damn it! No. All they can do is watch you die. Help! I've got you, Adrian.png. Attempted to ignore file failed. Handed file found log. Please, can you read this, Adrian? It's me, Simon. Do you remember me? We don't know how you're going to receive this message or in what form. Go to the game folder and open the file for Adrian.rpy. Open it in Notepad and whatever you can use, you'll find further instructions in there. Good luck, Simon. Okay. For Adrian.rpy. What the fuck? Do I have to quit the game? Do I have to quit the game or do I have to keep it open? It's freaky, man. Okay. For Adrian. Here it is. RPY file. Open with. Yeah, open with Notepad. Okay, Adrian, this is a bypass for Clara for E.exe. We've pinpointed her as the problem. I've set up this small crack, but need to set it from wherever you are. I tried to make the code as simple as I could for you. We just need to set the following switch from false to true. Label hacker setup, stop Clara false, jump backwards. Important. Make sure you get the upper cases right, you have to use the true because true is not enough. Now hopefully this will add a new button for you. Be careful, Adrian, Clara's been able to jump between games. But hopefully she won't be able to detect this tiny file. Hopefully she's not standing behind you. Don't look, don't take your eyes off this page, off the safe glow of the monitor, the comforting shapes of the letters make up the sentence, this is safe. What's behind you? This behind you isn't. Why even mention that? Stupid! Keep reading these words. If you stop to look behind you, you may forget that you're in a game. You might look behind you and see a cozy room, forgetting that it's fake, and then my words aren't what's real. Because you might find yourself doubting what is reality and what isn't. Just remember, whether something is real or not doesn't matter here. The consequences are the same. What you need to realize is that this is not where you're meant to be. You made a horrible mistake. A mistake that's preventing you from coming home. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Do I set it here? While the game is running or no? Let's try. Hopefully this doesn't screw it up. Okay. I said it true. Tell me, Adrian, you know how difficult it is to crash a game? I'll tell you, no effort whatsoever. I don't think you're really just gonna get past me. Because it isn't gonna work. I'll just keep killing you over and over again. Get ready. Bypass. Bypass again. What are you doing? Stop it. No. 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 No! What happened? What's happening? What happened to the anime girl? I'm back in the mansion, but now I'm just feeling so sleepy. They're waking up. Thank goodness. What? I opened my eyes and found myself in a sterile white room. I was sitting in a strange, expensive-looking chair with wires attached to me. I turned my head a fraction to see that Hannah was sitting next to me, her chair closer to a wall. There were several people in white lab coats standing over us, looking relieved. Where were we? Who were these people? We're sending a nurse to give you a checkup. All your vitals are showing up as normal on the machine. We wanted to make sure. I looked down at his name tag. But are they really out of the game? Technically, they're still being narrated. Simon. Then all started coming back to me. Redacted Life was a company that was training on a new form of virtual reality gaming. Using this new technology, people could plug their consciousness directly into a game of their choice. The program then made the player forget their real life, replacing it with the fictional game protagonist's backstory, until they finished the game or their time gaming session ran out. I had volunteered to beta test this virtual reality program, so I had Hannah. Unfortunately, something went wrong with the machine. Simon filled Hannah knew of what had happened. Instead of kicking the two of us off the server after our allotted time, we stayed where we were. We basically stayed asleep for several hours, trapped. During those hours, Simon and his colleagues had been frantically trying to pull our minds out of the program, but had been unable to, due to how temperamental the machine was. Doing anything too drastic would have been risky for our own safety. It may have even resulted in Hannah and me permanently losing our minds together. But that wasn't even the worst part. On top of all that, one of the characters, Clara, had seemed to develop her own AI and become hostile, trying to crash the system and kill us by bringing the games to an end state. Or if we lost or won, the game didn't matter. Either way, either would have ended the games in crashing and us dying. Luckily, Simon was able to inject a mod in the program in the hope that it would have woken up Hannah and me. He called it Paladin.exe. Does that mean if I went the other routes I would have died? This mod had unexpectedly taken the form of a suit of armor, and only caused Hannah and me to jump between games rather than jump out of the games altogether. Irony, eh? Lucky, we were able to hack our way out. Disturbingly though, they weren't exactly sure what had exactly caused Clara or the program to change. A ghost in the machine, I guess. I left the building. I had enough checkups and tests. Hannah and I were just fine. As I walked to the front steps, I could see that the sun was setting. So do you have pink hair in real life? It'd be hard for me to describe how that one particular sunset looked to me. It stirred so many feelings in me that I wouldn't have been able to put into words. I wouldn't know where to start. I just ended up saying, it's not blue. You know what I mean? It was a good sunset. It was something special. It was real. I saw Hannah walk past me. She began walking down the stairs. Hey. You're more of a kind of a... It's not quite pink. It's more of a kind of pinkish purple. Still kind of anime looking. She stopped, turned around to face me, and then walked back up the 5 steps she'd made. Hey, is your name really Hannah? Yes, but my hair's dyed, because I'm not natural pink. Is your name really Adrian? Yeah. But Rebecca wasn't real. Hey. What are you gonna do now? Sue Redacted Life? I'm not coming back here. No. Sue whoever's in charge of Redacted Life? Good luck with that. Most guys have more money than they probably know what to do with. That machine could have killed us. I know. But still, suing them. Do you honestly think either of us could do that? Probably, yeah. I don't know. To tell you the truth, I'm gonna have to ask someone who's more knowledgeable about rights and law. But I'm damn well gonna try to sue them. Good. Then what about... Her said straight away and it looked like her mind was beginning to wander. And something made her snap out of it. Have you learned anything from this? Huh? Have you learned something? She didn't say if she was annoyed or angry. More playful than anything. But she looked at me in a way that told me my answer was really, really important to her for some reason. Well... You only get one. Maybe your fantasies isn't as cracked up as I thought. I'm glad I'm alive and real. It's better to live a normal life than an exotic fake one. There's gonna be a twist here at the end. I'm gonna be very upset. And I'm gonna scream if it happens. That's better to live a real, normal life than an exotic fake one? Then we all come to a point where we have to decide whether we have to stay in our delusions and move forward? And I guess once we go into the unknown reality, you have to do your best not to listen to that little disembodied voice telling you that you can't leave. She nodded slowly, glancing down and considering my words. That's very wise, Adrian. We're not that normal, are we? I mean, what is normal? We may not have exotic lives, but they're nice lives, right? Then why do we want to live a fake one for a while? I guess you don't know how good your life is until you have something else to compare it with, huh? Yeah. What are you staring at? Do you want me up again sometime? Not to play a virtual reality game, of course, but, you know, just to, meet up, hang out. Don't be an anime character, Adrian. Just say it. I'll give you my email. Not your phone number. And she did. Okay, they didn't do the twist. I thought they were gonna pull the whole... It was a dream within a virtual reality dream. It escaped only to escape into another thing. Oh, wait, maybe it's not over yet. Well... It looks like Clara has led to destruction in this game. The scientists will wipe us from the server. We're too dangerous. Clara became too sentient an AI. She wasn't happy. Me, I was satisfied. Tarot readings, doing the same actions, saying the same lines of dialogue, the same words of exposition. It was nice. I just wanted to entertain. Do you want to do it all again, from the very beginning? You have the power to do that, you know. That's right. I'm not talking to Adrian. I'm talking to you. What do you say? Would you like me to reset everything? I would have to get rid of your save file. How odd. You'd rather keep your save file? You'd rather keep a road you've already visited. I guess perhaps you're a little like me. Sentimental. Well, I'll be here if you change your mind. Farewell. So that's it for Redacted Life. A cool visual novel. A good use of meta effects. Some ways I actually have not seen where the editing of files specifically is pretty rare. The only thing I can think of out there that's kind of like this is there is one visual novel from Nitro Plus that actually does some very crazy things and actually screws with your computer a little bit to do with some of its effects. But whenever a game kind of does the meta stuff, I always kind of enjoy it. It's a little interesting. And it always, you know, kind of nerves you and kind of scares you and stuff. There was a few instances where I was actually pretty unnerved. But yeah, kind of interesting way to take two stereotypical situations for visual novels and stories and put them in for a bit of a twisted situation. Anyway, thank you all for watching me play Redacted Life. I'll see you guys later, and take it easy.